Hey, so for this video project, I choose a movie called Truman Show for analyzing on its production. I was exploring for many great movies I have watched over the past few years, and I realized how Truman Show could be a perfect fit for me to analyze about the production. So yesterday I rented the movie on YouTube so I can watch this masterpiece again. So if you guys haven't watched the movie, I would definitely highly recommend you guys to check it out. So basically, this movie is about Truman, where his whole life is being featured on a reality TV show called The Truman Show. And the director and creator of the TV show called Christoph and his team um, just totally influenced Truman's whole life, like his work, his career, his family life, and even every single person that Truman will ever meet are actors that are working in the TV show studio. So basically, um, you know, Christoph is acting like a Christ-like figure to Truman without Truman even noticing it at the beginning. And at the same time, millions or even billions of people are watching the TV show. Now, if I want to ask why in like 20 more years of Truman's life, he never noticed about someone is trying to set everything up. In other words, how Truman hasn't realized his life is equals to the Truman Show, the TV show, and why Truman hasn't left the studio, where supposedly to him is his hometown, the island called Sea Heaven. Well, that is because Truman, when he was very young, he and his father went to sail on the ocean, and the weather came bad. His father drowned in the ocean, and so Truman had never had a chance to see his father again. So he became fear of going onto the water ever since. Now remember, all aspects in the TV studio can be controlled by Christoph. So actually the storm which caused Truman's father's death was also planned by Christoph. Now, since it's pretty obvious that all aspects of Truman's life can be controlled, we can say that Truman doesn't really have an agency. His agency is actually equal to how the TV studio is structured. And it is only after he accidentally heard the communications of the show staff, he gradually realized that his life has been manipulated from the start. And one day he decided to conquer his fears and to sail on the ocean. At the end, Truman discovered that what he sees as the sea horizon is actually the wall of the studio. And after almost 30 years of his life, he finally stepped out of the studio and go on to the real world. Well, I think this movie is very different from other movies because as you watch other movies, you probably have fully immersed into the movies, thinking you are actually experiencing the movie yourselves. But for the Truman Show, it's different because many shots are being filmed from angles of hidden camera. And for example, when Truman is greeting to his neighbors every morning, he would directly look at the camera and speak to the camera, even though he did not know the camera was there. Also, it is quite interesting that when the production team realized Truman has heard their communication, they changed the radio frequency and very sharp noise was followed. And during this noise, all of the people on the street stopped and covered their ears at the same time and resumed their walking few seconds after, also at the same time. And this instance reminds us that now it is a turning point in the movie. You can see how Truman has started to question what he saw and what he heard. And that will be the end of my analysis and of this video. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.